ready to have at it. Silvia and Newcomb wind it up off of 4. Green flag is out. We're underway. Mason Silvia diving down to the inside, making it 3 wide before the start-finish line. That's going to bring this one back. A stern warning from our race director on the radio saying this is not what we're looking for, gentlemen and ladies. As we get ready to go off of turn number 4, we'll try it again. Up on the throttle, green flag is out. This time it's a good start. Down into 1, and look at Jake Silvia in the 117, already jumping 3 wide.
3, 4 wide into 3 and 4. Wilkins and Parsons lining up the racetrack. 8 cars all in the mix for the top 3 spots, but it's Pepe darting out front, taking the spot away from Tessier.
Silvia sets the pace. Tessier sits second. Here comes Silvia up on the outside. The 117, high and wide off of turn number 4. Brody Wakefield up to the 3rd spot. They come down into 1, and here comes Jacob Burns threading the needle.
Newcomb back in it as well, but up front it is Pepe Silvia. Large and in charge into 3 and off of 4. Tessier is second. The 3rd spot is a duel between Newcomb and Wakefield. Burns trying to put his dog in that fight. They'll go 3 wide up top.
Down the backstretch they go. Try wide down into 3 and 4 as we got a battle for the lead. Mason Tessier, contact! The 116 as Silvia goes around. We got 4 cars involved as they play bumper tag in the corner, and we are slowed up with 3 laps complete in this one. Silvia trying to get a run off of turn number 4. Little contact between he and Mason Tessier. They get together, and it looks like the 22 of Isaiah Newcomb in the mini cups and the sportsman. He was a driver's rep for years in the cup level. There's just so many opportunities and avenues that these drivers can go to. All 4 drivers out of the pit area. We're ready to go. 3 laps up on the board. We're 1/10 of the way through as they come off of turn number 4. Wakefield on the inside. Burns up on the outside. Jake Silvia 3rd. They come down the back straightaway. Here comes Jake down to the inside. Slides up into the number 2 spot with Brenden LaBelle right behind.
Burns and Chase Silvia take the top 2 spots away. LaBelle and Wakefield go 3-4, but up front, Jake Burns used that 3rd groove. A little bit of an experience factor there on Wakefield. Slides out front and is in front by 7 car lengths as we hit lap 5.
Brenden LaBelle down to the inside, takes over the number 2 spot. A little further back, the older of the Silvia brothers, I should say, Jake Silvia, down to the inside. He's up inside the top 7 in that number 7 spot, chasing down the 99 of Richie Helger.
Up front, though, it is Burns setting the pace by 9 car lengths on Brenden LaBelle. Chase Silvia rounding out the podium. Josh Parsons working that 2nd groove, slides up in front of Wakefield, takes the 4th spot away with the top 11 single file into 3 and 4.
Field stretching itself out as Jake Burns sets the pace across the stripe and pulling away, continuing from Brenden LaBelle. A little deeper in the pack, keep your eyes on the 22 of Isaiah Newcomb, the 11 of Ryan Van Ness Jr. They are trying to work their way back up through the field after a lap 3 skirmish, and they have cracked the top 10 as they come down off of turn number 4.
Lau and Prignano being given the sign to move up the racetrack to make way for the leaders. Burns, LaBelle, Parsons, Silvia, and Wakefield. Burns leads the pack across the start-finish line. We are at lap 10, and a now 7 car length advantage for Burns, who statistically is the fastest car on the track.
Josh Parsons has worked himself up into the 3rd spot in that white number 09 after starting in the 8th position. Quietly making some moves, but right now the biggest mover and shaker would be that 18 of Jake Silvia. He's worked himself up into 8th. He started 15th on the grid, and he is really rolling that inside lane well.
Jake's won here before. No stranger to this track, took last year off, but has proven when he needs to win, he can win across turn 4 in the start-finish line. We have hit lap 13. Jacob Burns dominating this race. Took the lead in lap 5 when a couple cars got a little too close for comfort, exploded in that 3rd groove, and has not looked back since. Brenden LaBelle sits 2nd with Josh Parsons rounding out the top 3 as we hit lap 14.
And Josh Parsons just mere hundredths of a seconds quicker than the 4, and that's not going to be enough to really make any type of noise as we've hit the halfway point. 15 down, 15 to go, and Burns is clean and green at the top of the field. lap cars staying out of his way as they roll off of turn number 2 down into 3. Right now, the battle on the track is the 11 of Ryan Van Ness Jr. taking a look to the inside of Brian Wilkinson Jr. and that number 39 to take the number 30 and takes that spot away.
That's the battle for ninth. That is won by Van Ness. Your leader has come into 3 and off of 4. Burns sets the pace comfortably, controls at lap 17. LaBelle looking for career win number 5 here at Seekonk. Would be his second in the Legends. Hits 3 and 4. Josh Parsons rounds out the top 3. He hits 4 as we hit lap 18.
Jacob Burns loves to run this Legends division. He is quick. His reflexes are on point when they need to be, and he's been able to have some great machines under him. The R&F Transport, East Coast Towing and Recovery, number 13, driving for a new team this year, but it hasn't really affected his performance so far. 20 laps up on the board, 10 laps remain for Burns as he continues to dominate this one.
Burns into 3 and off of 4, and Burns, another driver. We mentioned the reigning Enex national champion in terms of the Legends. Has run a full-time late model as well. Almost won that division as well last year and climbed into a pro stock this year. Already has 2 feature wins, and we're 5 weeks into that season.
Ryan Van Ness Jr. picks up 2 spots that lap, and he is up into the 6th position now, and 7th spot now, and now sets his sights on the 18 of Jake Silvia. He's got a little bit of ways to go and running out of laps as we are at lap number 23. Your leader comes down the back straightaway all alone, a straightaway plus lead over Brenden LaBelle. LaBelle a half a straightaway ahead of Josh Parsons, who's got a comfortable advantage over Chase Silvia.
Burns and LaBelle as the caution comes out. 1 car around in the second corner. Right in front of our Elmwood Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram safety team and Admiral Walsh's Auto Service.
As we get ready to rock and roll, the 13 of Jacob Burns, the 4 of Brenden LaBelle, wind up off the corner. There's a green flag. We're underway and down into 1 and 2. LaBelle keeping tight on the outside. Trouble down at turn 1. Wilkinson goes around, and that's going to bring us right back under yellow. On the board, we're ready to go when they come off of turn number 4. Burns and LaBelle getting ready to come off of turn number 4. Up on the throttle they come. Green flag is out. Burns and LaBelle drag race down into turn number 1. They come off the corner, and Burns has the advantage. LaBelle settles into the number 2 spot, and they're racing for 3rd.
Into 3 and off of 4. Burns takes the lead. A car length behind him is the 4 of Brenden LaBelle. Parsons in 3rd. The battle now is for 4th between Wakefield and Chase Silvia. They race wheel to wheel for the 4th spot. Burns leads the pack. 5 laps to go this time at the stripe.
5 more circuits to go, and Silvia trying to work that outside magic to get up onto the podium as he battles with the rookie Brody Wakefield. Into 3 and 4 they go. Van Ness up to 6. Here comes the 22 of Newcomb up into 7th. 4 more circuits to go, and there is a hornet's nest from 4th on back.
5 cars fighting for 2 spots with Silvia, Wakefield, Van Ness, Newcomb, and Jake Silvia all battling for positions 4 and 5. We have 3.5 laps to go. And Jacob Burns, as he did before that last caution, has checked out. He'll come to the stripe, the leader, with the twin sticks in the air.
2 more circuits to go for Burns as he leads the charge down into 1 and 2. But keep your eyes on that battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Down the backstretch they go. Up on the outside, Silvia's got a half a car length advantage. Here comes Newcomb down to the inside of Van Ness. White flag is out. Final time. Jacob Burns, the West Greenwich, Rhode Island native, leads it down into 3 and 4 for the final time with the checkered flag in the air. Another Legends win for Jacob Rowdy Burns. 2nd place to Brenden LaBelle. 3rd going to Josh Parsons. 4th to the 17 of Chase Silvia. And the 0-4 of Brody Wakefield rounding out the top 5. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? How about a round of applause for your Nick's Pit Stop Legends feature winner, Jacob Rowdy Burns. Towing and recovery, R&F Motors, Sporties at number 13, a familiar spot for this youngster. As he gets ready to climb out, Brenden LaBelle second, Josh Parsons third. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, climbing out of the car. How about a round of applause for Jacob Rowdy Burns? What is it about you and these legend cars that makes you look at home?
Yeah, I mean, this is where I all started, this track, legend cars in 2018. I mean, you learn so much from these things. I'm still learning from them, so might as well stick with them. It's definitely helping on my Saturday night program stuff over there, so I'm not going to stop it yet.
You got out front real early in this one, and this car just seemed comfortable to pull away from everybody else.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I want to give a huge thanks to the Martin family. He gave me a badass race car, went through this thing, and gave me a really good piece. Huge thanks to Nick LaScola Racing, East Coast Towing Recovery, R&F Motors, all the fans that came out tonight, and Seekonk Speedway.
How much has these legend cars helped you with the late model and now the Pro Stock?
Huge amount. I mean, this thing's a handful. I mean, even if the perfect car, you're still all over the place with it. And going to a late model with power steering, it's so much easier, and a Pro Stock is so much easier. So, I mean, whoever can drive these things can drive a late model and Pro Stock.
Congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane. For 2025, Brenden, stop flexing. I'm guessing that there was no pink tutu tonight because you finished second.
No, it was red this year, but Jacob's really fast. He's lights out. We're going to have to go back to the garage, do some homework. He's quick. He's figured this thing out, but he's a rocket ship. My car's a rocket ship. Parsons a rocket ship. We're all going to put up a good show this year and see what we can do.
You seem to have a lot of confidence after this first race. You had a little bit of an event last Friday. We're not really going to mention that because of the mist, but you got a lot of confidence coming into tonight.
Yeah, I knew last week, even in the rain, the car was lights out quick. We had this thing figured out. We been changing a couple things, been trying a couple things, and we got this thing pretty good.
Well, I know you got some people behind you.
Yeah, I can't thank my family enough. Me and my dad have been out in the garage all night, getting this thing fast like a rocket ship. Got to thank Santos Recycling, Vinny's Plumbing, Anchor Paws Rescue, all my family. Just super excited and see where the season can go.
Second place, a good way to kick off the season. Congrats. And Josh Parsons. Josh, a good run for third. Not a bad way to kick off the season, but just a little bit short for these two guys ahead of you.
No, we've been fighting the vibration really bad today, and my hands are kind of numb, but struggling to hold on to the car for sure, and it made everything a little bit harder than it should have been, but we were able to stay up there, and good racing all around, clean, hard racing for sure, but great way to kick off the season, just like you said.
So once we figure out that vibration, you'll be right up there with these guys and anybody else that tries to challenge.
I think I got a good shot.
Well, I know you got a good car. I know you got a good team. Let's talk about the people behind you.
Definitely got to thank my mom, my dad, all the friends and family that come out weekly just to support me. Nick LaScola Racing, Triple G Scaffold, J Parsons Trucking, G&G Silk Screening, D.A. Ricardo and Son Builders, and everybody else that chips in just to make sure that we can get the car to the track weekly.
Great run for third. How about that?